What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Power After Hours, your favorite Power podcast. I am Jeff on this side of the screen, Krissy's on the other, and we are here to recap Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 4, Don't Sleep. Krissy, what's going on?
What's good, my friend? We are on week 4 of Raising Kanan.
We
What
are.
a time to be alive.
What a time indeed. And thank you for everybody who's already in the chat. Send me your hand waves, your thumbs up, your favorite emoji, whatever you got in the chat. Good to see y'all today. Good to see everybody who's joining us on replay too. As always, be active in the chat. Send all your questions, all your commentary as we go along. Send your comments too. Hit us with the thumbs up. Do all the call to actions that we want because we are ready to talk about this episode. So, Krissy, there was a lot of people sleeping.
I mean,
The
you can put it that way.
The episode title was appropriate because there was a lot of people who was lacking. And they got caught. And some of that came back to them this week. What did you think about the episode?
Man, overall quality. I like that they're not taking too long to wrap stories up. Like, you know how we had the issue with Juke and the officer last week. We get an intro into that this week, and Kanan making the mistake of giving the house away. I like that it's not taking like all season for us to figure out, oh, he done messed up. This is gonna pop back up in the very end on a season finale, and they've left us lingering all season. So I like how the flow is right now. I feel like they're answering the questions that all of the fans have at the end. But what did you think?
I liked it. I like what, like you said, that the repercussions are coming early and often, and we're seeing the consequences of subtle and overt actions that have been happening throughout the season. So first off, the show opens with the narration from grown Kanan, of course, and they're talking about Tress, homeboy who was smoking crack while the drug deal was going down.
Yeah.
And Unique, this is a dude he grew up with. This is his man. And ends up murdering him because he was the person in charge of the drop that got blown up by Rock giving that info away to Detective Howard. And I thought with that scene, they've been slowly building Unique to be a cold, calculated character who doesn't care who you are. If you cross him, that's it. And I thought this scene really put an exclamation point on that, because if he could kill his right-hand man, someone that he grew up with, brought him into the game, knowing he might mess up, then kills him because he messed up, anybody could get it.
Yeah, like Unique don't care. Like it be your own people. I feel like that's what we learned in this episode. Like it be your own people. Like it's like he felt bad, but then he knew he had to do it. You know what I mean? Like there was no other way around it. And I almost for a second felt bad that he had to make that decision. But then I was like, yo, he's ruthless. Like you can't feel bad for somebody like that. Like bro didn't care. He just, he let that dude say, I love you, Nick. And then he just pulled the trigger. Like it wasn't nothing. So parts of me though, I feel like we're getting more into his character. They give us little bits. We're not getting like a lot of Unique in every episode, but we're getting just enough to understand why Rock has to be as ruthless as she is, because look at who she's dealing with on the flip side. So I like as they're building his character, the more we're getting to see. But yo, that was a really tough kill. Like they were peeling dude's ear off.
Oh yeah, no, that was different. That was different. That whole ear scene, it made me cringe. Like, I ain't trying to see nobody inside of their ear. I'm not even trying to see my ears, let alone inside of nobody's ears. And that was like grade A torture.
Yeah.
Squeamish, uncomfortable torture. And he's doing this to someone he cares about.
Yeah.
His mans. And it just shows how ruthless he could be. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Y'all was saying that my voice was sounding a little low. Is it good now? Let me know if it's good now. Give me a thumbs up if it's good now.
I'm gonna give you a thumbs up because y'all, I tried to tell him before we went live that his mic was a little low, and I got a little pushback. And now the people's in the chat come through and like, yo, Jeff is low. Jeff start making changes. Ain't that something? It be
Wait.
your own people.
Wait, we're doing this?
We're doing it.
We're doing this,
I
right?
told you.
I pushed back. My pushback was saying that I tried not to echo from last week, so I was adjusting the mic. And pushback is, oh, I can hear you well.
I'm letting you know that I gave you the first round. I told you you was low. So thank you, people, for backing me up. You know what I mean? Yes, Roz. I'm getting him to get, Roz
I'm not putting that on screen.
Roz
I'm not putting that on screen.
Let me tell you something. Sis has been with us every week for years now. I've watched her watch us for years. So shout out to you, Roz, because I don't play that game. And Jeff definitely knew his mic was low.
Roz, thank you for your first time and your last time on Power. The first time, your many times, and this will be your last appearance on Power.
You don't get booted out every week.
We about to start moderating this motherfucker. We about to start moderating it. What's up, Dale? Remember in Paid in Full where Rico kills Mitch? Well, at the beginning of Don't Sleep, Unique is like Rico, full of rage and ruthlessness. Yeah. He ain't playing with them for real. Roz, I'm playing with you, but thank you, y'all. Also, I do appreciate y'all letting us know when you can't hear and all of that, so that we're able to get it together. Without the judgment, without the snobbery.
Oh, please.
And all that other stuff.
We've been together now for how long, Jeff? You know me better than this.
People who are supposed to be, your partners in crime and whatnot. But
I'm about to unique your ass.
I told y'all she be bullying me, yo. I told y'all she be bullying me. Y'all don't learn. Yeah, but you're yeah, shout out to CJ32, Money Making Unique. Word. He ain't playing. Michelle says he's giving him Nino Brown vibes.
Yeah, he about that action.
Joey is playing the role. Like I really like how he's doing that. What up, Dan? Unique had to call his homie. Would have sold him out for crack later on anyways. That's weakness. Yeah. At some point, those dudes in the crews that we've seen throughout these episodes have been liabilities.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And if they're liabilities, that they're gonna be eliminated at some point. But speaking of people who've been slacking, who've been sleeping a little bit, gotta call Rock out. Rock has been sleeping a lot. I mean, maybe she don't know what joy was. I mean, excuse me.
She getting that good rest. You know what I mean? That good sleep. Sis is sleep.
Sleep, stretching, rest, relaxation, recreation.
Yeah.
She had all of that. But she been slipping a little bit as we saw in the scene. What'd you think about the scene with Kanan cooking Tuesday dinner and see Symphony once again crashing and that whole situation? What'd you think about that?
What got me was Kanan was acting like he was a 5-star chef. He was in there mixing, getting everything together. He had the plates on the table. He was ready. And then in walks Symphony and Rock. That poor boy. If there's, I can't imagine being that age, as a young boy, and you do this with your moms every week, and then in walks the new nigga. You know what I mean? And he coming to take his spot, and he talks about, I'll set the table. Minus your spot though. You know what I mean? I don't think Kanan was inviting you to dinner, but somehow he made his way in. But I do like that he's not giving up. He doesn't let Kanan's like snarky comments or rude. His whole vibe is off. He doesn't let that get to him. He still tries to make conversation. What are you laughing at? You know what I mean?
Yo, man, I can't be looking at the comments.
No, the comments will take me out. That's why I don't look at them when I'm talking.
Hold on. It's moving in here. Y'all are crazy. What up, Dave? Rock neglecting her child for a 6'4" Shamar.
Y'all ain't lying, though. He do kind of look like Shamar, though.
Listen, Jamal says she ate sleep. Jamal Scott said Rock ain't sleeping. She wide awake.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
They roasted Kanan in here. But look, I feel bad for Symphony. I know some of our Power fam thinks he's a cop.
He's
it don't fit
something.
yet. I'm not on the Symphony as a double agent wave yet.
I don't trust him though.
But I feel bad for Symphony because this man is trying to abide by all the code of dating a woman and they have a son and showing that respect and it's really not his fault. Rock keeps putting him in these situations. They was about to go out and he's like, oh, dinner. And like, Symphony's like, yeah, no doubt. complimenting Kanan on his culinary skill, on his plating. Because I'm not gonna hold you, Kanan was plating, bro.
Yeah, he had the prongs with the twist.
Yo, if they did a diners, dive-ins, and drive-ins and dives for Southside, Kanan would be on it right now with that spaghetti and meatballs and the plants.
I didn't know we were making those type of meals on a Tuesday night. Buddy was cooking. That's a Sunday night type meal for me.
Listen, it was the pasta for me because I ain't gonna front. If y'all saw what's the Zendaya movie with the Zendaya movie that came out during the pandemic in black and white? Y'all remind me in the comments. I don't feel like Googling it. Remember when Zendaya her character broke out that mac and cheese, and it was sorry with John David Washington, the movie that she did with John David Washington.
I don't remember the name.
And it was arguing. She broke out that mac and cheese, and everybody was like, "Yo, you know she was mad because that mac and cheese was sorry." I ain't gonna hold you. I was looking at Katie's mac and cheese, and I was like, Malcolm and Marie, thank you, Cecil, thank you, Malcolm and Marie.
Yeah. He baked the spaghetti. That's top notch.
Yo,
you know what I mean?
Listen.
Look, crust.
He was in here cooking, and everybody in here. I mean, yo, Kanan getting some love. Ross said it's the baked spaghetti for me.
Yes, Ross.
Yo, listen, it wasn't the stringiness. He didn't break it because Italians will flip out if you crack the pasta.
No, because there was some long ass strands of sketty. Okay, those sketty. And it was baked. Like, he went the extra mile. He mixed the sauce in that joint and had extra sauce with the meatballs. Buddy, he's been doing this for years.
Kenneth says, "What's up, Kenneth? Even Sidney Poitier would have been upset about Symphony's unannounced appearance. Guess who's coming to dinner? I don't know, motherfucker. You wasn't invited. I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Symphony, aka Deep Cover. Y'all really think this man is a cop?
He's not to be trusted, Jeff. The man is a teacher. He's in school. He's bartending. It's a lot.
That sounds like the American dream. It sounds like a come-up story. How many people had to do multiple jobs when they were in school?
In the Power universe, though?
In any universe, bro.
Jeff, come on, bro. You caping for Symphony. What he got on you?
Yo, you know why I cape for Symphony? Because when he rolled in, this is his second strike with Kanan. With young Kanan, this is his second strike. And What happened? Rock said, this is my Tuesday night. This is when Kanan cooks for me. And he said, don't worry, I won't make that I didn't know. I won't make that mistake again. We're good. He could have been like, damn, Rock, you ain't tell me? That's crazy. He could have dimed Rock out, but he held Rock down.
Needs to stay undercover, though. He got to keep the cover. You can't get mad at the person you're trying to be in with.
I think that is the making of a smart man, because if anything a man knows, sometimes you got to take that L and keep it pushing when it comes to a relationship. And I think Symphony is a faithful black man that y'all are trying to take down because he looks like, by virtue of being too pretty, by virtue of being a bartender, and by virtue of making something for himself and having too many jobs, he's a cop. He's a fed.
He's either going to die, or
oh my god,
he's somebody. I'm telling you, there's only two ways out in this universe. You either dead or you undercover. That's it.
Yo, is that your official power mantra? It's only two ways. You either dead or you undercover.
Make that the tagline from here on out. You either dead or you undercover. Choose one.
Oh, this is a good one. What's up, Michelle? Krissy, as a mother, can you find any justification for Rock's disrupting their weekly mother-son dinner date?
God dang, you put me on the spot. No. But then again, Rock is not married. I am married. So this is fresh dick for her. So you kind of like, when it's a tough, I feel where Rock is at. But I'm just saying, as for me and my home, that's going to be a no. I'd never forget.
Yo, y'all are stupid. CJ says 1991 Symphony has the original OnlyFans in boxes.
Facts. Yo,
you know what was lit. You know what was OnlyFans in 1991? Party lines.
Yes.
Party lines and flyers.
Yes.
The flyers you would find on for a good time call.
Yeah. Hey, never called it, but hey, you know. You
Oh
seem to know a
man.
lot about it, though.
Anyway, I was a child. Okay, I wasn't involved in filth like that.
All right.
Ever, actually.
No,
Ever.
because you definitely
Ever.
was like, I was a child. That's the only time
I was.
you wasn't involved in filth.
I'm not doing this with you. I refuse. No, no, no. I refuse. We're going to talk about. No, I had to gather it because there was too much of it in the air. I had to gather it.
What was?
Shout out to everybody in the chat. If you
Yeah.
feel like Kanan, give me a rating on 1 to 10 on Kanan's culinary skill, because I ain't gonna front. The meatballs were
Them shits
the
look good.
underrated part of it. That man was plating. That man was cooking. And if that's the case, that means Rock really can cook.
No, that's what I'm saying. She taught him how to cook, so that's credit, and that's another reason why she shouldn't forget. Clearly, you know your son cooks every Tuesday. I saw somebody say Tuesdays are for tacos, and I must say, whoever said that, I'm with you, because everybody knows we make tacos on Tuesday. How we got to spaghetti? For me, spaghetti is like a Sunday meal. You know, hearty, get you ready for the week. It's not no midweek meal. But Kanan's, he did good. He did good.
Yo, damn, y'all are some critics in here.
Yeah, y'all are rough. Oh, Gordon Ramsay ass people. What's wrong with y'all?
No, oh, salad needs more garnish. All right. Emerald Lagasse.
Guy Fieri up in this bitch. Like, what is wrong with you?
A little consistency. It has flavor. You can taste the hot, the cold.
Maybe y'all should have been on that thing.
Not too tough, just right. That's how you like it there.
Golly, y'all, that thing look good. Y'all some haters. Y'all 6.
Yo,
6. Ted.
Listen.
You should be ashamed of yourself, Ted. It's better than a 6, friend.
I mean, I get it if you're leaving points because you ain't actually eat it. Because food could look good and taste like
garbage.
Yeah. So I get that. I will reserve my judgment. But one person who ain't reserved their judgment and was actually very vocal was your man Marvin. Marvin had an episode.
Marvin was
under pressure this entire episode.
He was under something. You know? He was definitely under something.
I mean.
In what, Tony?
See, so he was under pressure from Tony, and then he was under pressure at the stash house. Because you think about Marvin and Kanan, right?
Yeah.
Marvin and Kanan have been slipping in their own ways, which led to the main part of this episode was how Unique was going to strike back and what opening was he going to take to get it.
Yeah.
With Marvin, it's the fact that he's seen as kind of like the irresponsible knucklehead of the family, or someone that you can't give a lot of responsibility to because they're going to mess it up. And for every 1 step forward he takes, it's like 2 steps back. You know what I'm saying? So first off, what did you think about that whole Tony seed where he was resisted to cuddling?
I have to put myself back in that time because I kind of understood what Marvin was saying. He was like, what other niggas cuddle? You know what I mean? Like
hashtag black men don't cuddle.
Yo, that can't be real. Mark, do you have a girl or are you married? You mean to tell me you don't cuddle at all, bro? Come on.
Nah, that's just like how Jamaicans used to say they don't go down.
Lie.
There's a lot of lying going on. There's a lot of lying going on. And you know, it's appropriate for that time period in the 90s where there was a lot of lie going on about how intimate men wanted to be because they felt like intimacy was a sign of weakness, right? Or he was just like, yo, all we're doing is having sex.
I don't think he wanted to catch feelings.
Right. But that whole conversation was so hood. And Tony's like, damn, I just wanted to cuddle. You acting like I put a ring on your finger, and he didn't want to hear none of it. Found every way to get out of there.
Like he literally shimmied his way out from up under her. Was like, move, get out my way, ho. Like and then had the nerve to bring up the dog. He was like, so when did the dog eat last? Like he got his, and now he's worried about the dog. Tony was just literally ass for him at this point. I don't think. But at one point, I thought Marvin was actually going to catch a little feeling. But I guess for him and the way he moves, he knows that that's not what he needs. I guess you can say. Like, he's got to keep it fluid.
Yep. In the words of Kanan, Marvin never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Uh,
Facts.
Kenneth calling him Teddy Riley.
Yeah.
Aiden saying he overreacts at the thought of cuddling and makes it clear the two have no emotional ties to each other, despite dramatically calling her his girl in a previous episode.
Right. That's why I thought he was catching feelings, and then he backed back real quick. Like, I don't know what it was, but I wonder too if it had to do with the fact that she did the coke. Sometimes I feel like that might have been like maybe a little turn off, but you never know.
I mean, it wasn't a turn off when he was hitting it.
But but he acted like he was shocked. He was like, "You do that." She was like, "You want some," and he was like, "Nah, I don't do it." I don't feel like maybe he knew 100%, but now actually seeing her do it, he's like, "Yeah, no, that's not for me." Like, that's a problem.
I feel like he saw her do it before.
Did he?
Maybe I'm bugging. I feel like he did see her do it before, and she just offered. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like I think wasn't she doing it?
When they were in the office.
I believe so. I feel like she like did a line in front of him or something like that, or he wasn't as surprised as he was like, "Yo." That's why she said, "Oh, but you just sell it."
Right.
He doesn't get high on his own supply. So there's no reason why he want to do it, because he sees what the customers look like.
Yeah, that's not attractive. To me, it's not attractive. Like, as if I'm the person that knows what this drug does, it's not attractive to me to watch somebody that you having relations with over there sniffing it. Like, what's the benefit of that?
That's a fact. Marvin has intimacy issues. What up, Michelle? Marvin has intimacy issues, probably because of Jukebox Mom. So he gaslighted her and jumped on her about the dog. Marvin is hilarious. She was just his girl in the last episode. Yeah, that's right. It's funny how that switches up. CJ32. She was nowhere near his piece. She was riding so high in the air. At least Angela has sex more realistic. Even
yeah, she was riding weird. I was like, this don't look realistic. Like, the way she was doing it, all the bopping and it wasn't. That didn't feel real to me. I thought the same thing, but I wasn't gonna bring it up.
She looked like them TikTok creators waiting for black people to make the next dance.
Yeah,
like, so you mean weird. It's like, you mean it's like this?
It looked uncomfortable. I was like, you sure he's getting off on that, sis? Like, it didn't look right.
I know if she needed a back brace, if she needed an instructional video. I don't know if she needed.
She gotta go see a chiropractor after that shit, because the way her back was moving.
She needed signs from the bench, like baseball, to like start sending her signals so that she knew when to stop, when to go. I don't know.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who caught that. Y'all real, because I'm glad I'm not the only one who noticed her body was moving in odd positions.
Rainey said he did. Second time she offered it. What's up, Mark? Kanan gonna be selling to Marvin in later season. He mentioned selling his Uncle Fat Alberts. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something where he fell off and now he's the one that's selling. It's gonna be interesting to see where everybody ends up.
Yeah.
From now. What up, Brandon? He's from the hood and Tony is from where the fuck she's from. That ain't hood. Yeah, he made all of the distinction, and I loved how she did the logic in his head when he was like, yo, well, you know what black dudes who cuddle. He's like, I ain't from that. We from different areas, and she's like, so you would only be comfortable cuddling with a black dude from South Jamaica,
right?
You know what I mean? And
right.
Then, went full like hyper masculine, whatever, which unfortunately was also part of, you know what I'm saying, like that time. But it just showed that this dude, for all what he was talking about, it was game. Yeah. That's what he wanted to do, and he probably was shook that she was actually trying to, like, even get a little bit closer,
right?
Because he didn't want to. Because it's like anything other than sex is, oh, you trying to be my girlfriend, so I ain't dealing with that.
Yeah, I don't want that problem. He's got enough on his plate.
Exactly. and he has a lot off his plate, because him and Kanan got caught out there. It's one thing that you brought up, Krissy, last episode, and a lot of y'all in the chat, was Davina seeing the stash house, right? Davina seeing the stash house, and Marvin getting Kanan involved when Raquel told him, don't get him involved. And they both end up messing up. And it comes to a head with Unique, and how he finds out, how he knows how to find out some type of info.
Yeah.
When he pulls up on Davina and offers to get her mom
Help her
clean
mom.
for any information. And, what did you think about that?
Yeah, I thought he used two tactics. One was helping her mom, and the other one was putting in her head that Kanan killed Buck 20. He was like, I know you heard what I heard. You know what I mean? Like the streets was talking. Of course we got the body, with who got, but it's still like we all know. I feel like she knows that it was Kanan as well, but then she was more interested in the mom aspect, getting her mom the help. And that's what seemed to sway her. But I'm just like, yo, that was way too easy. Like, I never trusted this broad, ever. Let me be very clear. The moment she saw that house, I knew something was going to happen. Like, and I've been saying that since it happened. Like, Kanan made the dumbest mistake. And then to say, this is just where we hang out sometimes. Like, come on, bro. She's not dumb. Her last boyfriend was a drug dealer. She knows that shit. Like, you're talking to her like she is, like, new to this. And because he's in love, he's making stupid decisions. So we've seen week after week the terrible thought process of Kanan, the decisions that he makes coming back to haunt other people. And
heavy
it's
on the thought. Heavy on the thought.
Yeah, like he's dumb. Like, and I'm wondering how he got to be the Kanan that we see in power, because I'm like, yo, and maybe it was making all of these mistakes as to why, he ends up becoming who he was. But bruh, he is dumb right now.
Sleep is a cousin of death, and he got caught slipping. And I don't think it's like as bad on Davina, because I think it was, I want to say that it was Scrap who said it. Y'all in the chat, you in the comments, let me know at the house when he was like, everybody's in the game. When he made that comment about everybody being in the game, right? Davina's been in the game. She dated the game. She's a part of the game. The game is the reason why her mom isn't around.
Yep.
So she already knows what the vibes are. So when Unique pulls up and Unique sees her interaction with Kanan, she knows what it is. She knows what Kanan's mom does. She knows what the warring factions are. If you're a kid and you live in certain neighborhoods, you already know the power dynamics. You've either been told or you experience it yourself. Yep. So when he pulled up and asked for that information, she will do anything to protect her younger sister, her little sister, and put them in a better place and put her mom in a better place. That's why she said nothing happens to Kanan. Whatever you do to these other dudes, because I don't have a connection with them. I have a connection with Kanan. So nothing happened to Kanan. And that's
where she's naive too, though. Because in the drug game, anybody can get got. You think he said, made that promise to her and he's going to keep that shit? At some point, that's going to backfire on her too. Like, that's where her naivete kicks in. Kanan was dumb to believe that she was not going to say anything, and she was dumb to believe that Kanan is going to be safe with Unique. Facts. We all know that's not going to happen.
Facts. Let's get to these comments. Zachary South. What up, Zach? She folds and gives up the location of Rock's original Stackhouse. Word. What's up, Tyrone? Davina doesn't choose to give Unique information under pressure in a conniving manner, but regardless, it puts Kanan and his family in danger. And I agree with you, Krissy. She is being uneven. She's a kid, right?
Yeah, she's
thinking,
still.
Okay, if I follow this code, if they don't hurt Kanan, whatever have you, then,
I'm
everything
good.
will be good.
Yeah.
I've done my part and I can get my mom help and Kanan will be all right. Because I think Davina knows that he was involved somehow, but does believe that he didn't pull the trigger. Because if you know the person who did it, even if you're not involved, you're involved.
Yeah.
Right? Think about what happened with Jukebox. With Jukebox in this episode, where she goes back to boost the polo and she goes by herself because nobody wants to roll. And she gets caught by the dude that she ends up saving.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees her like, yo, I remember you. You know what? Good. That we're good now. Don't come back.
Yeah.
Right? It's those type of connections where you see what the reciprocity is going to be.
Come on, big words.
How the karma comes back to you in whatever way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the type of things that I see with those connections between these characters going on.
Yeah, buddy. When Juke got caught, I was like, oh damn, that cop's face was jacked up. That thing was red and swollen. Like, I'm surprised he could see, because the way his eyes look, it was bad. But yeah, Davina got issues. She's definitely naive into thinking, because I don't even know that Unique is actually going to help her mom. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't trust him. And I'm actually shocked that I guess Buck 20 was loyal. We'll never know because he died early. We don't know, the extent of what he knew. But yeah, I would never trust somebody like Unique ever.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Michelle. She says, did y'all catch Davina mentioning that the babysitter cost a grip $1,000? I'm like, this girl is slick. She knows the game. She's like, yo, you trying to help us with babysitting? Like, yo, I'm upcharging.
Yeah.
I'm upcharging because a lot of them dudes probably wouldn't know.
No.
They're like, damn, it costs that much? Yeah. They watch, yo, you watching a kid for mad hours.
And
That
back
makes
then,
sense.
really $1,000 to babysit. Bruh, I was babysitting when I was a teenager for like $5 an hour. Okay. It was low and I thought I was doing something. $1,000? I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Right. You would it'd have been like, yo, it's time to like blow the money on everything and anything. I'm with you there. What's up, Rocky? Money clearly makes the world go round in the power universe. Everyone from the Poppy at the bodega to the NYCHA housing director to even Davina accepts bribes without thinking twice. Well, you got to think about this is the early 90s in New York. It is, there's similar struggles till today. But, yo, people, if you in the hood, if you in different neighborhoods, if you work in a regular job or you're making ends meet, you're going to look for more ends to meet them. Yes. So everybody, that's the one thing about the ecosystem of activity that happens in these neighborhoods when you talk about gang warfare, drugs, and all of that. Everybody wants their piece of the pie. At some point, everybody's going to want their piece of pie, and everybody has a price. So when these things happen, like Rock going up to the dude in housing and getting to apartments, he knew what it was and then try to get out of it. But once he saw the money, that was it. Just like the Poppy at the bodega, just like homeboy that was the right-hand man to Dean. Yeah. Everybody has a price. And if they pay, Detective Howard, everybody has a price. Everybody has a price. And if you meet it, you get what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Poppy at the bodega, his time is ticking. It's ticking. He asked too many questions, and at some point,
Joshua, what's up? Joshua says Poppy is gonna betray them, but his daughter is paying attention. I thought that was his wife. That's his wife. That's his wife. That's not his daughter because they were pushing a heavy DV angle with that. So that. If that was his daughter, that would be something different.
That's weird. I think it's his wife. No, because
it's his wife. Yeah.
No, when he brought it to Rock, he said it. He talked about the wife. No, it's definitely the wife. It's not the daughter. It's a wife, and she is paying attention. That much is true, and I think she's waiting for them to kill him.
Right, 100%. So, damn, what the hell was I gonna say? Wow. Oh. Of course, that's what I was going to say. Y'all keep the chat flowing. This is Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast, talking season 1, episode 4, Raising Kanan. Let us know everything that you think. If you're watching this in the replay, let us know in the comments too. We're flowing, we're growing, and we keep it going with our power fam and the universe. So, also, for all of y'all that are here, all 100 million zillion of y'all, tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Share this with other friends that you know love power, and keep it going. So, Krissy, what did you think about, and let us know in the chat too. We gonna talk about this stash house situation. What did you think about that?
Bars. Yo, I'm sorry, but CJ32, he said you got bars. You was rhyming mad good. Even I was like, okay. The stash house situation, I found myself like wanting to make Marvin rush. I was like, come on, bro, come on. I wanted him to get to the house before Unique made a move. And I really was actually kind of shocked. If I was Unique, I would have played the long game. Once I saw them unloading, I would have gone ahead and tried to see where the hell he was taking those boxes. Like, where you going? What's it going to do? Like, if they're moving product, right, and money, obviously they're taking it somewhere to go do something. So I would have played the long game to find out where that was going. So I didn't expect him to hit the stash house like that. So when he did, I was like, oh, Kanan, he don't really know how to defend himself yet. He's not been put through that training. He's only been taught how to shoot. But yeah, I was hoping that Marvin, was able to do it faster. But I do like the way he handled the situation. I just wish he would have stopped the van from continuing to go.
Yeah, it was a good plan in his head, but it didn't work out the same because he was gonna
No.
try to ram dude. If
Yeah.
if I was him, I would have been for those of y'all who have played any type of Call of Duty or stealth game. I would have rolled up on them because
Yep.
you don't know what the cars are. I would have rolled up, hopped out, pop, pop, right, and then kept it moving. I was just wondering, homeboy who was holding it down inside, holding Kanan hostage. How did he not hear that big ass bang and try to figure out what happened? That was one thing that was kind of like.
No, I think he heard it. I think he knew he was stuck inside. That's what I think. I think he knew he didn't have a way out. So what he did was he took a hostage, and it didn't work out for him.
It didn't work out, and that's the thing. It's like I don't think Marvin is as stupid as people think he is. I think he has smarts in different situations. Like he was able to think on his feet. But the one thing I was thinking of is, wow. Well, clearly we know nothing's gonna happen to Kanan.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, if Kanan gets seriously hurt here, that's Marvin's ass.
That's Marvin's ass.
That's Marvin complete ass. Forget the fact that they lost half of the product, right?
Right.
All of that. You put him in a position to be killed, knowing that he retaliated. Because even homeboy with the mask was like, I know what you did. I was there. I know what you did with Buck 20. I should blast you right now. So he put him in harm's way when Rock has been trying to get him out. Marvin kind of cleaned it up, but not really, because now they're going to have to answer for half that stash being missing, that money being missing, and everything that goes on. Even Kanan trying to put his shirt away and Rock finding it at the end.
That was a dumb hiding place, bruh. That was dumb.
If you've ever been a dumb teenager, you do dumb stuff. I don't know why. He was rushing. He probably didn't think that she was going to go in and clean, but it is what it is. So now we got these dudes. We got these dudes having to literally clean up their own mess and clean up their own situation. And what's funny is it might not have even had to have gone down with him like that if Scrap didn't have the runs.
Yeah, I know, right? But he had the runs, but they probably would have killed Scrap. You know what I mean? I really think the only reason Kanan is alive is because he's Kanan. But what bothered me was the fact that it took Marvin so long to say, "Oh, let me go check on Kanan." Like he was like, damn. He was so worried about the thing that, the stuff that got away, that he wasn't really focused on Kanan, who is his nephew. And if something happens to him, you're dead. So like, I was kind of like, why wouldn't he jump to run in that house? He basically gingerly walked. It's like he didn't care.
Yeah, it's just. Well, he panicked. He had all that blood on him, and he's trying to make his move to school, and he panicked. But I'm just like, damn. You think about what we've seen in the Power universe for how they get rid of stuff. Then it's just like that knowledge that you have. You put it in a bag and you get out of here. But unfortunately for Kanan, he wasn't moving like that. Tori Green, what's up? Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Marvin alters the plans without Rock's permission and picks up Kanan while he's on his way to school to move the new product out the stash house. Yeah. I know he probably thought, because, it was a sound plan. Nobody knew where it was. And Marvin didn't know that the Venus saw the house. So, had they known, they probably would have brought more backup. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have brought more backup and did that. But nah, it wasn't going down like that. It wasn't going down like that at all.
Marvin about to get the wrath of Rock, because that face that she made when she picked up that shirt under his bed, ain't nothing like a mama scorned. Okay? I know they say a woman, but a mama is 10 times worse. She about to fuck Marvin up.
What's up, Green Fly? If Marvin doesn't care about where Jukebox is or what she's doing, what makes you think he cares about Kanan? 100%. He doesn't seem like he's father of the year or even uncle of the day, right? he don't know Kanan's age, let alone whether or not he should be in the line of fire. So I agree with that. I agree, but
that's a good point.
We're getting to like a fever pitch coming to a head between Unique's crew and Rock's crew, because all of these micro and macro aggressions, something's gonna explode. Something's gonna explode.
And I think, go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
I think with this show, we're starting to realize how hard it was to communicate with people pre-cell phones too, right? Like, in the Power universe, had the stash house been hit, Ghost would have got a phone call by now. Like, or you know what I mean? There would have been a phone call, something would have happened. But we're seeing now we're in a situation where you actually got to go find the person to tell them what happened. I don't even know if Rock knows that the stash house got hit yet at this point. Does she?
Nah, you got to hit the payphone. They would have been mad payphone hitting the payphone, just like Juke when she was trying to call her people to box. You know what I'm saying? To heist. You got to hit the cell phone. You got to hit the payphone. Yeah, I could only imagine Ghost. What the fuck, Tommy?
It would have been pissed off.
Ghost, it's gonna be all right, Ghost.
God, your Tommy voice is trash.
No, it's not. They love it. You're trash for not supporting me.
Give me a thumbs up if you like his power. If you like his Tommy voice,
and if you don't, I'm kicking you out the chat. How about that? What's up, Tiffany? Raquel finds Kanan's bloody shirt under his bed. Judging by the unsettling look on her face, we know there will be hell to pay. Yeah. Listen,
Marvin about to get lit up. You know what I mean?
Right. 100%. There's gonna be man. I'm just like.
I'm scared.
I'm just shaking my head because there's gonna be some hell to pay. Like everybody's gonna get screamed on. Dan, what's up? Lulu definitely gonna hurt Crown. Yo, what did you think? Coming. What did you think about that whole situation with Crown and Famous and his sister?
Is that? I think her name is Jessica. Maybe
Jessica. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. I feel like she is one of those. I'll do whatever it takes to get on. You know what I mean? Like she got her way in with Crown. He clearly knows that he can use her because he knows how bad she wants her brother to be in that studio. So he's like, yo, let me just take advantage of this chick here. And it seems like she's willing to do whatever, despite the fact knowing who her man is. Like you really crazy to take that type of risk and out in the open at that. And then for Lulu to see it, I thought he was going to react a little bit more upset than he was. Mm-hmm. He's kind of calmer. Then I feel like maybe Marvin is the one that is the outspoken aggressor. Mm. But then again, Lulu is the one who has to make the hits. So it's crazy to me that he is so calm in that manner. But yeah, I thought he was going to be real pissed about that shit. And he was just like, yo, you know, like it is what it is. But I think he's definitely going to take Crown out at some point and run the shit himself.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you could tell. Shout out to Raj. He says, I thought Lulu was about to slap her or something. I thought that he was. To me, he's more calm. He's not really as, you know, when you came in and he saw it, he's like, oh, to me, he's more calculated. Like he sees what's happening and he's just asking certain questions just to see if you're gonna lie or you're gonna be real. And even when he's talking to her, she's like, yo, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for my brother.
Yeah.
And I don't think, you know, Crown may try something, but I don't think she's gonna give it up like that. Maybe think I hope not, but not, right? But she's like, yo, I'm gonna use my connects the same way you do, and I still have faith in you that you should do this. But I'm not gonna wait for you to realize your potential. I'm gonna work with what we got right now.
Yeah.
Which is why I really resonated with the Lulu jukebox conversation in the dungeon.
Yeah.
Where jukebox is asking him about his connects. You know, I sing. Famous's sister got her studio time. How you his supplier and I can't get that time. Like I'm your niece. Like what's good? Yeah. And Lulu explains to her, it's my code. You don't want to owe anybody. Nothing.
Yep.
You don't ever want to owe anybody nothing, because if you owe them, that means that what you're doing isn't really a hookup. It's almost like you're indebted to them.
It's a loan.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's a loan. And she understands, like, you know, she gets it. She's frustrated, but he says, like, them two are alike. Them two are alike, and they don't want to owe nobody. That's why Jukebox is posting is saving all her money and doing all this stuff for studio time. That's why he's not going to ask Crown to like be an apprentice, a producer's apprentice. He's going to try to get it his own way. And that's what he's trying to instill in Jukebox.
Yeah, I really like that relationship. I know we talked about last week, the relationship between Juke and Rock. It seems like she's really, she's got such a close relationship to everybody but her father. And it's actually intrigues me more to understand what happened with their relationship. Where is Jukebox mother? I know we bring that up every week. At some point, they're going to have to fill that gap in for us too. Something happened there as to why Marvin is such an absentee parent. You know what I mean? Like you're the only parent in her life and you don't know shit about her. That's sad. But I like the conversation that they had, because you could see, as frustrated as she was, she 100% understood where he was coming from.
Yeah.
And it kind of plays into the jukebox that we see in the future in Power, and the decisions that she makes. She seems to have learned a lot on the business side from Lulu and also from Rock. So I like those conversations that she has.
Power After Hours, your favorite Power podcast, season 1, episode 4, Raising Kanan. Don't sleep, review, recap, kiki, whatever you will call it, with our Power
Not
family
kiki.
in the chat. Oh, we kikiing. This is Power After Hours kikis. That's it. Y'all say live, we say kikis in our culture. But yes, we're doing this. We're talking. Shout out to everybody new who's joining us for the first time, whether you're listening on the podcast, watching us live, we're here with us live, or watching on the replay. If you are new here, or if you've been here for a while and you ain't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and that way you'll get the notifications whenever we go live. Share this with all your friends that like Power, because this is what we do. We talk, and we talk with you. We love to have these conversations, and it's way better to have them live, in my opinion, and have y'all talk to us. We'll go live whenever, so y'all will know, and y'all will help us grow and continue to have bigger and more fun conversations with the rest of you, just like we're going to do now. Go through these comments, these last comments before we get out of here. Dame, what up? Lulu is calm because he thinks about his actions before doing something first. Amen, Power Universe. Amen, because we stand calculated characters.
Yeah, I mean, he makes the right decisions, clearly. Oh, you got to hit that Michelle comment, because I completely forgot about that. I think Famous about to fuck the game up. He slowly was talking about that murder of D Wiz, and I think the fact that Crown said that you need to bring real life into it, he's about to do some dumb shit and write about everything that's happening with Rock's family, because you see how they bring him into the dinners. I think that was episode 1 when they allowed him to sit at the table and they talk business in front of him. He's seen more than what he probably should. It wouldn't surprise me if he ends up doing that. And we all know what's going to happen when he does.
Right. And Michelle was saying that since Camacho told Famous be authentic, do y'all think Famous is going to end up writing the song about a death of their friend D Wiz? Yep. Here's what's funny about that, Krissy. He might actually Bobby Shmurda himself. Because if anybody knows, Hot Nigga was basically used against him in his trials. So would he almost suffer the same fate if he puts this in his music and people hear it and people hear the showcase and they're like, oh, you know what happened, or you were involved. That's actually really interesting to see. Kenneth says Crown's gonna be the next Reggie Jackson. Hove Run. Aiden. Crowd has his eyes on Jessica, Lulu's girl, and she seems willing to do just about anything to get her brother on. Mark says Lulu sees the signs, he's just not acting yet. I see that. He's like, yo, I'm gonna watch and see. I got my eyes. Like, don't think I don't see what's going down. I see what's going down, and I'm watching.
Yeah,
I'm legit watching. So. We gonna see it happen step by step, and then when it's time for me to act, then I'm gonna act.
We gonna do it.
Kenneth says, how will Juju kill Jukebox kill Marvin?
Oh, you think Jukebox gonna kill her own daddy?
Man, my bad. CJ said that. CJ32. How will Jukebox kill Marvin? That could
Kanan does end up killing his own son in the future. So I mean, yeah, it could be. Anything could happen in the Power universe. That's another reason why Symphony ain't shit.
Before y'all go, what up, Roz? Before y'all go, do you think Rock knew that Symphony was going to be the night school teacher for Kanan? Thank you. I knew I forgot something. She was talking about it. And, she was in the car. Wasn't she in the car talking about give him a chance?
Yeah. I think she knew. She knew.
I don't think it was. If she didn't, that would be the coincidence upon coincidences. But he knew definitely that he was be a snitch
at that point.
There's no way, because he knew, because he rolled up to him unsurprised, like, yo, you okay? And then kept going. So either he knew, they both knew.
Yeah, I think they planned that.
There's no way Symphony would have the sheet, see Kanan, and then not say nothing. Yeah. So I'm sure that he knew and is getting him in that course. I almost see it like Rock wants him to be involved in the type of stuff Symphony is involved in, so that he can leave the streets and go live a different life. But according to y'all, if he gets involved in what Symphony is involved in, then he'll be a fed and he'll dime out the whole family. But y'all. So I think this is her way of trying to get him more scholarly and get him away from the street.
Well, yeah, she's definitely trying to get him off the street. She got him in weekend classes, night classes. Like, he ain't going to be able to do shit if he actually goes to these classes. Let's be very clear. Rock is like, you going to learn something, but we know how smart Rock is. You know what I mean? Like, she's pretty brilliant herself. And I think what she doesn't want is for Kanan to lose the smarts that he has. Like, don't throw that away just to be a part of the game. Use it as an asset. You know what I mean? So you don't become a liability, essentially. So I think she's doing the right things. Kanan is just young and dumb and doesn't see the benefit of what she's doing yet.
Y'all are cooking famous in this chat. Jamal called him Eddie Torres. Yo, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it now. That is Eddie Torres. Torres!
Yes!
Torres! Officer Torres!
That's it.
Tyrone, I appreciate the development of Jessica's character. The conversation she has with Lou about entering the music business show that she's not a pushover and a go-getter. Okay. And that's probably what he saw. Didn't know what he was gonna get into, but yeah, I like it too. I'm eager to see where they go with it with her. Jamal, who is your favorite character in book 3 thus far? Krissy, I'll start with you.
I am most intrigued right now by Jukebox. I think the development of her character, because I can see she has the most promise. Then there's still so many open-ended questions that I have about her regarding her mom and what happened with Marvin. And I really like what they're doing in terms of developing her character. So I would have to go with Jukebox. What about you?
Man, I really like Rock.
Okay.
I really like Rock. I think Rock is my favorite character because she just is calm and collected, and she just knows. It's like you see the experience that she has throughout every life that she's lived, and she's trying to get her son out the life while still being the kingpin chick on top, right? And I just like the way she moves. It's like so dignified. Like, you know how people throw around the word ghetto to talk about certain things?
Right.
She's like the antithesis of it. So I think for her, she is probably my favorite character right now. Marvin is the funniest. Marvin is the funniest. Marvin got me crying every episode. But I'll say that's not I like the show because that's not an easy question for me to ask.
It's not.
It's not an easy question for me to answer. And I really like a lot of these. I love Juke. Yeah. I like Kanan. I like Kanan.
Yeah.
I like Famous is funny. I like all of them. I like Unique. I like Unique. You know, I like everybody for what they do. A lot of Jukebox love, a lot of Rock love in here. So CJ says Famous, but I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm biased. Yo, bro, I get that. I get that 100%. What up, Michelle? Jeff and Krissy, do you feel Kanan will find out it was Davina who outed the stash house, or will Marvin be reprimanded for putting Kanan's life in danger? Yes. Yeah. I think yes to all and above, because it's one thing about these Power series, the truth always comes out to light. The truth always comes to light. So I think sooner or later, the same way, we gonna find out about Marvin putting Kanan in the stash house. We're gonna find out that Davina knew and was the connect, and someone gonna find out that Lulu killed D Wiz. I feel like eventually we're gonna find out. We're gonna find all of that out. So yes to all of that. I think that's gonna happen. Yep. Shy City Sheba, what's good? Marvin is literally the reason Kanan becomes who he was out. So he's far from useless. That's what y'all talking about, whether Marvin is useless or not. I think
no, not useless.
I think everybody's gonna have a hand in who he becomes. I just want to see what the breaking point was. Is it one thing or is it a combination of things?
Agreed.
Let's see. What up, Greenfly? Do you guys miss the talk Courtney Kent would do at the end of the episodes? I wish they had that in this book. Yeah, I
You
liked it.
watch
I
those
liked
a
it.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely watch it. And I'd also watch it to prepare for the podcasters to give y'all the insight on what she's saying and then critique that or comment on that as well. I think it's cool. I like doing different stuff.
Right.
You know, I'd like us to be the ones that are giving the recap and breaking it down. You know, I like a lot of different stuff. I think they can do different things, and you know, even for the first season, just let them go ahead. But I saw somebody talking about Sasha Penn, who's the executive producer. I also think that might have been their call, right?
Yeah.
To not have that and just let the show speak for itself. I do miss those little enriching things. Like HBO got me hooked on those type of things. Like after the show, you get the little salt based season
Yeah.
of info, right?
You feel
I
like you
do
were
miss that.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I do. What about you, Krissy?
Yeah, no, I like those because she would answer questions that we all would literally be thinking. And she just gave you a little bit more insight into the episode in terms of why it was written that way, why they shot it that way. So yeah, I kind of miss seeing that. But then also right now it's giving me room to just think a little bit more about the characters on my own. You know what I mean? Like it's making me have more questions, which gives us a lot of shit to talk about on this here podcast. So I'm not mad about it. You know, either way, it's good to have, but it's not affecting me in a way that's like, oh man, fuck this. Like it's
Right.
not hurting me like that. So it's, you know, I'm good.
Yeah, and I see y'all in the chat talking about like it's Sasha Penn's show, it's not Courtney Kemp's show. It's like, but you know, she is the creator of the Power Universe.
Yeah.
She is an exec. So maybe that would have been her giving Sasha that opportunity to build on that.
Mhm.
But I just think it's cool to get those little enriching points. Rainy. Sometimes it doesn't seem like the show is about Kanan because the other characters are so strong.
But that's not I don't think that's a bad thing because they all shaped Kanan into what we saw in Power. So I think we're learning about why he ended up being the way he was. And in order to get there, we have to understand the characters that were a part of his life.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and he's narrating it. So I feel like we're getting a good insight into everyone around him, which is why he became the Kanan that we knew. I don't know. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think we're trying. Remember, y'all know how his shit ended. Now you're gonna see how it began,
right,
and how he got there. His environment is who is making him who he is.
Mm-hmm.
All these key figures in his life have had a hand in creating the Kanan that we see in Power. So we have to find out who these people are, what drives them, what motivates them, what was the zeitgeist in their version of the 90s, what was going on, why did Kanan get in the game, how did he get in the game, what, as we said before, broke him, or what made him say, like, this is the path that I was going to be on.
Yeah.
Clearly, he had options. This wasn't just a dumb kid who picked up drugs and sold it. This is a smart kid who had multiple options to do other than the family business and chose otherwise. So I think you kind of have to have that character development. Otherwise, you know, it's not going to hit the same. Even with something like the Wonder Years, right?
Oh,
the Wonder Years, you know, the Wonder Years main character, he was the narrator and he was narrating himself as a kid, but it wouldn't have hit the same if I'm dumbing on his name, but Fred Savage's character, if them and Paul Pfeiffer and Winnie and all of them,
you gotta have that.
You know, you need all of those. You need all of those, right? Well, think of like Boy Meets World. Yeah. Think about Fresh Prince.
What if you're telling your story? What if if you're writing your own life story? You mean to tell me you're not going to have nothing about your mama and your friends, or you know what I mean? Like you always got to talk about the people that were around you because they helped shape who you are as an individual. So I feel like I'm happy to learn these stories about Juke, and I'm intrigued to know what the hell happened to everybody that we seen that we're watching on this show. Why weren't they in Power? So you know what I mean? Like I think it's a good thing that they brought in all of these characters. They're not giving us storylines that are lasting, you know, forever. They're closing something happens, they give us an answer the following week. So I mean, I'm with it. I like where they're going with the character development.
Exactly. Michelle says, what do we think of Nicole's parents? They are very fly.
Oh my God, that guy. I was like, wait a minute, who's Nicole? Oh, everybody knows that one person who thinks like they can just make comments like that. And it's like, bruh, I grew up with somebody like
His
that.
comment was a little bit cringe, but I got what he was. It was like if he got pressed out, he probably means it more. He probably means it as a little bit racially changed as he does.
Am I right, Laverne?
But you know, it's like he felt like the parent, like the white parent who sees the black, and he's like, "Yo, I'm hip.
Yeah.
I need to show y'all that I'm hip. Like I'm down. You know,
and you're far from it.
I think your jacket is fat too. Like, you know, it's like what? But she, you know, Juke liked them, so you know, she likes it. I love it. Nathan, what's up, Nathan? The writers are clearly well versed in New York 90s culture. Their acknowledgement of the importance of the Stretch and Bobbito show is dope. Yeah, so if for those of y'all who ain't from New York who didn't know, and I appreciate you, Nathan, for bringing that up. Stretch and Bobbito was it used to come on once a week. I want to say it was like Sunday night. And it was actually broadcast on a college radio station. It was either NYU or Columbia, one of them. And Stretch and Bobbito would be on the radio every night playing underground hip hop. Oh. Unreleased stuff. And you know, some of the grittiest, grimiest, dopest MCs would come on there. They would break stuff, break new music, break all of that. So if you had a showcase and you got on Stretch and Bobbito, that was like, yo, you were certified. Oh. That would be like your Sway in the Morning or your Big Boy for y'all LA folks, or even if you were on like I know Ricky Smiley doesn't do like hip hop and stuff like that, but whoever was your local radio, hip hop radio, where if you heard them on the radio, that was it. And I guess for like, you know, younger folk, it would be like if you were on Apple Music, or if you were on the Breakfast Club, or if you were on something like that, or 106 in Park. For that generation, it was like one of those things where you were certified if you were on those shows. So it's little touches like that going on and on. I saw somebody say earlier, how much did Polo pay Power? And I'm like, yeah, that you talk about product placement, like
plenty of it. I love it. I'm with it. The music again had me bopping again. I mean, I'm watching this show. A lot of the times I have to rewind because I be in the zone. Like I'm like, oh, okay. Like I catch myself. I have to be like quiet so I can hear what they're saying. They really are hitting hard with the music this season. I love the soundtrack. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have one because every week they're releasing the songs that they play, you know, during the episode, which I think is dope that they're doing that on the socials. But yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I love the show.
Fox Davis mom shouting you out. Thank you for joining us. I hope you subscribe and I hope you keep coming back. Thank you so much. I see a lot of comments about the narration. Let me pull up CJ's comment. Everybody loves narration except me, but explain to me how a dead guy can speak for his 15-year-old self, also for his 40-year-old self in jail, and back and forth makes no sense. How can a 32-year-old guy walk on water? I don't know, bro. Like, some things don't make it. It's all narrative, right? It's all narrative. Like, I think it's just the way. Matter of fact, I'll even say this: if you ever watch Desperate Housewives, one of the characters is like gone after the first episode.
Yeah, she dies literally.
Everything that goes on from then. So I think it's a good narrative effect where he's dead and he's speaking quote unquote from the afterlife. I think about it almost like this is him flashing his life flashing before his eyes. And he's telling his whole story in the time that he died. Like, I think that's to me, that's what it is.
Yeah. And that's how I look at it.
What it is. Like, that's like the poetry of it. But I don't think about it too deep because I just think it's a cool element where this character who we know he's breaking the fourth wall with us. Yeah. I know you've been watching me for a while, but now you need to see how this happened. So, yeah, so I think that's a good place to end it. We got a lot of people in here today, and we love y'all. Love y'all for joining and coming back with us every week on this experience, on this Power After Hours experience. And as always, all of y'all that are in here for the first time, don't make it your last time, and subscribe so that you know when we're on next time. All right? Share this with everybody, especially the Power fans, because you see how we talk. We love the camaraderie. We love talking with y'all, and we love talking about the show. So share Power After Hours on YouTube. Share it everywhere. We're trying to grow and keep going. Break 1,000 subscribers so that we have access to more features to make this an even doper experience. Instagram, Twitter, at Power After Hours on all social. Power After Hours Pod on gmail.com if you want to send us any questions or any commentary as well. Krissy, what you looking forward to next week?
Everything. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to seeing Rock's wrath because that's really what it's going to come down to for me. Like, what is she about to do? The previews definitely told us we're going to see Detective Howard next week because we've not seen it. We didn't see him this week. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Rock and Howard. What is going to happen? What Kanan's dumb decisions once again? What is going to be the consequence? That's what about you?
Yeah, I'm same thing. I'm ready for everything. I'm ready to see this civil war for South Jamaica go head to head and see who's gonna win the block. We're gonna see who's gonna win. We are going to see who wins the block. What's up, Logan? Logan Sparks Lurk. Thank you for joining us. Getting closer, Jeff 632 sub. Congrats. Thank you so much. You know, everyone that's with us is real, and everyone with us is a power fan, and that's what we want. So thank y'all for subscribing. Thank you for listening. If you're listening on the podcast, share that too. We want to be able, audio, video. If you're on podcast and you're not subscribed to the audio, doing that. All of y'all that are in the chat, subscribe to Power After Hours on your favorite podcast application. Do that too. Get us everywhere. Audio, video. We'll even zap into your mind once we have the psychic apps. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So definitely do that. Share. Thank you so much for joining us. Krissy, we got another one next week.
Yes, I'm ready. And let's just give you some credit. You were totally right last week about the Locks winning the verses. Congratulations, Jeff. If we had the sound of claps, I'd give it to you. You definitely called that. You called it.
Listen,
good job.
Those are three brothers who were hungry.
They were ready.
Who were well-versed and well-prepared for battle. I haven't seen someone prepared for battle that strong since Jon Snow in the Battle of the Bastards.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
They went to work, okay? Shout out to New York. Like that was a sample of New York energy and how like the authentic New York energy is. And I loved it. I loved it. And Cecil, Jada was not alone. You disrespected Styles P and Jada Styles P and Sheik kind of heavy. Jada was not alone. He took the point. He ran the point. He was Giannis, but he did have Drew and Chris Middleton with him. All right? Like that was work. And I'd even say it was on some big three stuff. Because remember, like Fat Joe said, Jada was focused, Styles is a vegan, and Sheik is cock diesel. You wasn't beating that.
They killed it. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, oh, Jeff was right. Look at that. Finally, something.
And for whoever, I didn't see who he was, but if whoever said shout out for my shirt, this is the Slam magazine with the early '90s Clippers with Darius Miles and LO and Elton Brand. So this is one of my favorite covers. So shout out to Slam magazine too. All right, Krissy, we out of here. Broadcast Power After Hours out. We'll check you next week. Love, y'all. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for seeing this in the replay. Send us all your comments. We'll check you next week. Be here, be on time, and be ready to talk.
Peace.